I saw her wedding photos on Facebook at 3:14 p.m. on a Sunday. White dress, lace sleeves, a man I'd never met standing beside her, holding her waist like she was a prize he'd won. And me? Not there. Not even in the background. The algorithm offered me the memory like a knife to the ribs. Congratulations to our daughter, the bride of the year, posted by her new mother-in-law, her new family. I stared at the photo until my eyes stopped blinking. My daughter, my only child, smiling wider than she ever smiled for me. The caption was full of love, of unity, of everything she told me she didn't believe in anymore. I scrolled through hundreds of comments, not a single tag, not a single mention of me. That's when the air in the house shifted. Quietly, I knew, something inside me had died long before that post appeared. When she was little, she used to fall asleep on my chest. Her hand, the size of my thumb, would rest over my heart. She used to say she could hear it whisper to her. "It talks in thumps," she'd giggle. I used to believe that love could survive anything if it came from blood. I raised her alone. Her mother left when she was 6, chasing a life that didn't involve school lunches or doctor bills. I did everything. Birthday parties, college tuition, the down payment for her first apartment. We used to talk every Sunday, until she met him. He was polite at first, the kind of man who smiles too quickly, answers too perfectly. I remember the first dinner, his eyes scanning the room, taking inventory. He complimented the house too many times, as if it were part of a negotiation. After that, her visits became shorter, her voice over the phone colder. I noticed the way she started to say "I" instead of "we." Then came silence. I found out about the engagement through her old friend, by accident, a casual mention in a grocery store aisle. "You must be so excited for the wedding," she said. I wasn't, because I hadn't heard a word about it. I didn't ask questions. I never do when I already know the answers. Instead, I started preparing. There's a kind of revenge that doesn't require shouting or breaking things. It's the kind that moves quietly, like rot under floorboards. I called my lawyer that week, sold the house within a month, transferred everything, the savings, the investments, into a private trust under a new name. I'd spent decades building a life around her, so I dismantled it piece by piece. She'd always assumed she'd inherit it all one day, the house, the accounts, the legacy of everything I'd built. But I rewrote the will. Every cent went elsewhere, to a foundation I established in her mother's name. The irony pleased me. Then I left. No note, no forwarding address. Just silence, the kind she'd taught me to live with. It took her 2 years to find me. She showed up at the nursing home I now manage, her dress plain, her eyes swollen. "Dad," she whispered, like the word had grown foreign. She begged me to come back, to talk, to forgive. I listened, calmly. Her voice trembled when she said she regretted everything, that she didn't know what she was doing, that he'd pushed her to cut me out, that he'd left her 6 months after the wedding. I didn't interrupt. I just watched her hands, the same hands that once fit in mine. They were shaking now, not from cold, but from realization. When she finished, I smiled, a small, tired smile. "I saw the pictures," I said. Her lips quivered. "It wasn't supposed to be like that." "I know," I replied. "Neither was life." She cried then, real tears, heavy and late. She asked if I could ever forgive her. I told her the truth, not cruelly, just cleanly. Forgiveness isn't what you need. Consequences are. Now, sometimes she sends letters. They come with no return address. She writes about how she wishes she could undo it, how she dreams of the house, of the smell of old wood and rain on the windows. She says she'd give anything to go back. But the house is gone. The life is gone. I sold both to buy peace. And peace, I've learned, is a far better inheritance than love that was only ever convenient. I keep one of her letters in my drawer, the first one. The ink is smudged from her tears. She wrote, "I thought you'd always wait for me." I trace the words with my thumb sometimes. Then I close the drawer. Because the truth is, I did wait. Just long enough for her to notice I was gone.